Hart, what was it like having Zay back and just having that weapon tonight?
It was great. I mean, one of the best shooters in the league, so having him back definitely helps the shooting a lot. I mean, especially for my game, it helps a lot. Just he knows how to move without the ball. He knows how to cut. And, yeah, it was definitely good to have him back for sure.
Zay, before the game, Hart was presented with the Community Assist Award, and, he's just been here a little bit over a year. I just wonder what your perspective has been on how Hart has ingrained himself into the city.
Yeah, I mean, he's always around doing different things with the community, whether it has to do with basketball or not. He's really in tune. He's got a great foundation. He puts up on his social media all the time. I'm looking at it. I think it's really cool because you never know how powerful something can be whenever you're just putting your hands on a lot of people and trying to spread love any way that you can, and he does a really good job. And so him getting that award, I'm not surprised at all because he puts in the effort and it shows. My dog.
Isaiah, what's gone into the process this past week or so of just keeping yourself ready for when you did make your return?
I mean, not gonna lie, it's been rough. I think just in general, it's been a hard schedule. I think the first couple games, I mean, we had 2 double overtimes, tough road schedule. So I think now it's just for us getting our feet back, getting back to the fundamentals. I think the last couple games is more just kind of just grinding it out. But I think for us, we have to get back to our fundamentals. I don't think we've been playing great. I mean, yeah, we've been winning, but I think our standard's a lot higher than how we've been playing. And so I think that's going to be a main focus these next couple of days is getting our body right and getting back to who we are as a team. And I think we have a great coach in Mark, and he'll make sure we'll be ready.
Zay, for yourself, just how were you able to stay prepared?
I was about to say, he said Isaiah. I was about to for me, it's a little different. Obviously, got to watch these guys go handle their work on the road trip. Stayed home, worked on my body, worked on my leg, just trying to get stronger. Staying in the gym, getting shots up, just so whenever I touch the floor, I don't miss a beat. I don't slow the team down at all. Trying to just get in and get with the system right from the jump. I got the best group of guys around me to help my game be integrated as soon as I get out there.
Zay, was it hard watching the first 5 games and not being able to play?
For sure. As a basketball player, as a competitor, this is what we live to do. Basketball is our livelihood. It's the way we put food on the table. It's what we've been doing since we were little. And now it's just whenever you're here and you're not playing, you get to watch the guys you just wish you can be out there, slaving with them, putting in the blood, sweat, and tears,
Yeah. And Hart, fouls are up big time across the league. I don't know if that's something that you can feel out there as you're playing, and what has that been like?
I think it's also a little bit because of the new rules. I think, again, that refs are human, and so I think the new shot contest rule is a little, I mean, even for us, it's hard to see, so I know for them it's not going to be easy. But, I think for us, we just have to focus on what we can control and go from there. I mean, at the end of the day, the refs are doing their job. The refs are humans, just like how we miss shots, they'll miss calls at the same time. So I think if you focus too much on what the ref is calling, it's affecting your game. So for us, we just try to focus on what we can control, try to limit the fouls, and just go from there.
Question for both you guys. Earlier this afternoon, we heard from Sam about Topich and what's going on with him. Not to pry from you guys, but just as a team, how have you guys sort of rallied around him since hearing that news?
I think for us, the main thing is just being supportive. I mean, he's been with us the last 2 years, and he's been a great part of our team. I mean, even when he was hurt, it was always good to see him around. So I think for us as a team, it's just kind of rallying behind him. I think that's what makes our team special is Sam brings in these people that no matter what someone's going through, we're going to be there for each other. And I think that's just the biggest thing. We're just going to keep supporting him and go from there.
Hart said it, just being there for him, checking in on him. He's human. He's going through something, but, as long as we can have his back and get him through it, it just help warm his heart. Through it all and let him know that he's not in this thing alone.
Isaiah, they ran a lineup tonight that didn't have a center. Isaiah Hartenstein. they ran a lineup that didn't have a center. Can you kind of talk about the balance of not being overly aggressive but still wanting to assert your dominance against a lineup like that?
I mean, I guess I was too aggressive. I don't know. I got 2 fouls right away, so I don't know. I mean, I think it's just finding the balance. I think it's, especially if they go small, I have to be a bigger presence. If it's offensive rebounds, stealing, getting on every board. So I think I've been in the NBA for a couple years now, so I've seen different coverages, different ways people play, and so it's just adjusting and doing what's best for a team and going from there.
Zay, this is obviously going to be the team's first time having back-to-back days off, but for yourself, are you almost itching to get back out there on Sunday?
You want to answer at the same time?
Our answers have to be totally different.
No, say that one more time.
That for yourself, the whole team's getting back-to-back days off, but you obviously, this was your first time playing the season. Are you almost itching to get back out there on Sunday?
For sure, but I'm gonna enjoy these 2 days off.
I'm excited.
It's not really for me, but for these guys. They've been moving and grooving. Low bodies. They've been playing their asses off, and so just getting these 2 days off, getting to go back to the drawing board and figure out what we need to work on, so we can get better going into the future.
Anybody else?
Appreciate
Do you
y'all.
guys have any Halloween costumes?
Ooh,
Nah, I failed you guys.
I got one. My son is, what's his name? From Monsters Inc. Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski?
The one with the eyeball. Yeah, and I'm who's the big guy?
Sully.
Yeah, we got like a foundation thing tomorrow, and so we're gonna go up and dress up.
I gotta see that.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Cason, there seemed to be that stretch in the second half where you just kind of overwhelmed them, the end of the third, beginning of the fourth. What did you feel was happening on the floor for you guys during that time to just change the game?
I feel like that changed our pace for our offense. I feel like us being better on the defensive end, is something that we talked about in halftime, and, we carried over pretty well. So us being able to course correct in the middle of the game was good for us.
I know you're kind of more about impact than necessarily what the box score says, but you're the first player this year to put up the line that you had in terms of double-digit points, 5 boards, 4 steals, 2 blocks, all in the same game. How do you pack so much punch into one game when you don't necessarily have the ball the whole night?
Just take the shots that are open. I mean, I'm playing ball, so whatever comes to me, I'm going to play. But defensively, I'm just trying to be disruptive, trying to give a spark on that end.
You mentioned being disruptive. Obviously, this is a game of momentum. You guys forced 23 turnovers, converted them into 26 points on the other end. Just how much do plays like that really kind of swing the momentum of a game?
It's big time for us, especially knowing that, we capitalize off of, other teams' turnovers. So the more we can speed them up and get them discomfortable or uncomfortable, that works in our favor.
Yeah, over here. Early in the game, you guys were ahead, but you were doing, it seemed, everything right except making shots, and yet you guys were still ahead. Can you talk about the mentality that's required to be able to, even when those shots aren't going in, just locking in, even if it's just like rebound, all the different little things that y'all was doing to stay ahead?
Yeah, I mean, as basketball players, it's definitely frustrating knowing that the ball isn't falling, but we know that we're taking the right shots and we have to take them. So, they're going to fall eventually, and when they start falling, it's going to be very, very good.
You've really upped your assist production this year. I just wanted to ask, obviously you've played point guard a lot before in your life, but how do you sort of add that to your game or improve on it? I think a lot of people just shooting is more reps, but how do you sort of grow as a playmaker?
Just playing. I mean, making the right play, you see what's going on, but also having reps at it helps as well. So just being in the situation and, not making the same mistake over and over and over.
Big game for Isaiah and his return. Just in addition to him making shots, just how much does it also help everybody else around him when you have an extra shooter like that on the floor?
It's what we needed. I mean, we was all happy to see him making shots, but, that helps the whole team percentage go up as well. So shout out to Zay for, bringing that spark to us on the offensive end for sure.
What have you noticed about AJ Mitchell since training camp?
He's been getting buckets. I mean, he's been hooping. So, we feeding the hot hand, and he comes out every night ready to go at the opponent, and he's been showing that.
Mark, what did you see during that kind of maybe 8-minute window, late third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, where you just kind of overwhelmed them to break the game open?
Yeah, we stuck with it. Obviously, they made a couple pushes. I thought the start of the fourth quarter was really good, just a really good tone defensively with a couple deflections and then good execution on offense. I thought the offense all night was really good, to be honest with you. I thought we generated very good shots, moved the ball very well ahead of the defense. Didn't shoot it great. We had a little flurry there at the end, but even despite that, I thought we played with great intentions. Some of the lag was in the first half, and it was defensively, I thought. But generally, I thought the offense was good all night.
And Isaiah Joe is kind of jumping onto a moving train. It seemed like the scoring obviously is great, but it just seemed like it kind of was in rhythm too, and he was playing off of guys. What stands out to you about just his process to be able to have a night like this?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's the 6th game in 10 nights. We're still kind of in this stretch. And getting Alex back against Sacramento injected some energy on that night. Getting him back tonight injected some energy. And I thought, obviously he hit the ground running. I thought the best stuff he did tonight was defensively and the ball movement. Despite having it going early, he threw some of the better extra passes of the night. He just made the right play all night. Took the shots when they were there and otherwise kept it moving. And it was a reminder of his functionality and how much he helps the system when he's out there.
Yeah, Mark, seemed like they were trying to be extra aggressive, attacking you guys up higher, and seemed like you guys countered that with more cuts and everything. Just talk about how you guys responded to their ball pressure.
Yeah, I think it's a trend in the NBA right now. More and more teams are trying to play up the floor. They're no exception. I thought we were able to handle it without seeming too bothered. It didn't really take us out of offense. It didn't disrupt our pace. And we were able to get good attacks against it, which is going to be important. We're going to see that more and more. More and more teams are extending the floor and ball pressuring in the backcourt. It's one of the attacks that you got to have, and I thought we did a nice job against it tonight.
On the other side, you guys forcing 23 turnovers. What did you think about just the way you guys were able to attack, put pressure on them and create havoc? It seemed like only 23 turnovers, but it seemed like a lot of deflection, more deflections than that.
Yeah, I thought we were really good in the half court defensively tonight. From the jump, some of our lapses in the first half were in transition. We just were hanging out in the backcourt, and we gave them numbers on some plays, and they burned us to their credit. But when we settled into the half court defensively, we got good stuff and forced them into the shots we wanted them to shoot. And in the second half, there was more of that, and I thought other than that little run they made in the third, we were pretty sharp on that end.
Look like, you got Isaiah back tonight. He and A.J. Mitchell seem to work really well together. I think sometimes people think one can take from the other, but they seem to complement each other pretty good tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're both very complimentary, out there, and they play well with everybody. It's part of what makes them good players, and because the way they compete defensively, it's not one or the other. You can play those guys together, and you can play them with a lot of different lineups because on the defensive end of the floor they hold up, and as a result you have a lot of optionality with them. But I agree, I thought they had great chemistry when they were out there.
The three-point shot hasn't really fallen consistently for Jay Will so far this season, but, I mean, looking at the rest of the stats for him, 9 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, a block, just what did you see out of him in terms of finding other ways to contribute?
I thought he played really well again tonight. I thought he gave us great minutes the other night against Sacramento as well. He's obviously a really impactful, good player. And then in terms of the shots, for him and everybody else, these parts of the season where you're not making shots, test your conviction on which ones you're taking, and I thought the last 2 games, but certainly tonight, we took a major step in the right direction in terms of just a collective awareness of the type of shot we wanted to get and working for it every single time. I thought we had a number of possessions that we passed up average shots to get a good one or a great one. And we still didn't shoot it great tonight, but we were able to really open the game up and score a lot of points despite that because of how we played.
AJ continues to make an impact all around. What have you seen from him defensively so far this season? I think he leads the team in deflections so far.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of gone silent with the way that he's scored the ball, obviously, and the way that he's played offensively, which is exciting too. But your ability to defend has a huge impact on the team. It has a huge impact on possessions. Has a huge impact on lineup optionality, like I mentioned. You can play him with basically anybody because he holds up defensively, and it has an impact on a player's ability to play in the biggest games, throughout the season. And he's proving that he's doing it on that end too, fundamentally, physically, and competitively. So I've been very impressed with him on that on the floor. He was very good again tonight. He can handle a lot of different matchups, and he seems to always be in the right spot. So he's shown great growth and progress on that end of the floor, as well as obviously on offense.
In pregame, you called Aaron Wiggins a system monster. I just wanted to ask, with different rookies and Aaron included, you talk about system skills. What are some of the more pivotal system skills? Is it cutting? Is it playing off the catch? What are the most important ones, I guess?
I mean, it's the same ones that everybody, probably emphasizes: individual defense, help defense, coverage execution, spacing, playing, quick off the catch, being sharp inside of actions, changing ends, having the discipline to do that consistently. And, the system skills are what gives a player confidence, because if you do those well, you impact the game and you see success, and it gives their teammates confidence in them, us confidence in them. So, I think fundamentals and confidence really go hand in hand, and he's a guy that his confidence has grown, not only because his game's expanded, but because he's become more and more fundamental.
Anyone else?
Thank you, guys.